Hey, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to go ahead and jump into the video, basically dealing with and how to cope with anxiety. This is something very dear and near to me, and I know very dear and near to many of you. Now, one of the first things that comes to mind is taking care of your breathing, making sure you take your deep breaths. Now, noticing how you're breathing is one of the first things that you got to understand. Now, in order to do that, you take deep breaths. Take a deep breath. Hold it for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Let it go. Or if you can't even count, just hold it in as much as you can. And just you keep doing that. As soon as you are conscious about how you're breathing, the fact that you are conscious of how you're breathing, you'll soon feel alleviation. Alleviation. You'll be alleviated, you know. Now, also, telling yourself in your mind that you are okay. I know that it doesn't feel like it. Your mind is going 1,000 miles an hour. You're having a hard time just being where you're at. Just telling yourself, so it's breathing and telling yourself that you are okay. Don't allow the anxiety to fool you. Don't allow your mind to fool you. You tell yourself you are okay. And say it out loud even. After you take a deep breath, let it out. And then say out loud, I am okay. I am okay. Next, the next the next thing that is really good to cope with anxiety and dealing with anxiety is the grounding techniques. This is something that I mentioned before in one of my other videos. The next thing is grounding techniques. Now, wherever you're at, wherever room you're at, you take in your environment. Pay attention to your sixth sense. Pay attention to your 5 senses. What you smell, what you see, what you can touch. And if your anxiety is a little bit out there, it's going to be hard for you to pay attention to everything. So in that case, focus on your breathing and focus on your touch. You could close your eyes and focus on what you can touch with your hands. If you're sitting in the chair, touch the chair. Touch the chair and tell yourself, I'm in the chair. In the room, tell yourself what room you're in. I'm in the living room. I'm in the bedroom. I'm in my office. I'm in the bathroom. I'm in the playroom, anywhere. I'm in the library, wherever you're at. Just remind yourself where you're at. And then just, again, pay attention to your breathing. If you have to catch yourself breathing a couple times, remember, you see how I just took a deep breath and let it out? That does calm me down. It works for me. It may or may not work with you, but it works for me, and I'm hoping it does make a change for you when you go through your anxiety. It does work for me. I just hope it works for you. Because I know sometimes with anxiety and coping and dealing with anxiety, it makes a world of a difference. Because sometimes I know they say you got to count to 10, hold for 5, hold for 3 seconds. Sometimes our minds are so way out there with the anxiety that we don't have the strength to even count. So breathe in, breathe out. Now, something else that helps is to write it out. You get a piece of paper, a napkin, a notebook, or, whenever you get the chance to write, just write it out. You don't have to be worried about grammar or whatever comes out. Just write your heart out. if you don't have a paper, just use your phone, type it in a text, a blank text, just type it in however you feel. Express yourself. If you don't have anybody to talk to, just express yourself, text it all out. In this day and age, everybody's got a phone. So, like, just text it out. And if you want, you can save it, but you just say whatever you want to say. Vent it out, and then delete it. If you don't want anybody to see it, just delete it after, or save it if you want to keep track of your, your spells of anxiety, to see where your dips are and keep track of what days that you had anxiety, so you can see patterns. It's up to you. Writing does help. I'm not saying, I don't want anybody to take it personal if I say I'm just telling you what works for me. And no way am I a therapist or a doctor. But, if you want to take these, these things that help me, I'm just trying to suggest some things that may help you with dealing with anxiety and depression, or anxiety. Another thing to keep in mind is also, to be hydrated. Just going ahead and drinking something, drinking a glass of water, drinking something, and calming down, making some tea. To my coffee drinkers, drinking something to calm you down, if you're able to do that for yourself, drink your favorite drink, And if some of you like to drink wine, no judgment here, drink responsibly. But, just drink something to calm yourself down as well. That may be something that could help you as well. And that is something that helps me too. So, those are some things. We did breathing exercises, grounding techniques. We also, another thing that you could do is watch a funny movie, or, my dad actually likes watching horror movies. Whatever makes you feel better, whatever can bring you back down from that anxiety. The thing is that we have to remember that with anxiety, sometimes it comes out of nowhere. We don't see it coming. But we can't panic when it comes. It's so easy to panic. Oh my gosh, I'm having an anxiety attack. First thing, breathe. And just simply say, I am okay. And you are. Don't allow that anxiety monster to devour your brain. You have control over it. You do. Grab that bull by the horns and say, hey, anxiety, I am okay. All right. Now, if you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe. See you in the next video.